Now, not only have you not filled up your cup, you've wasted all this effort and you've spilt, which... Okay, what's up everyone, it's Teacher here from Rugby Muscle, and as it's already raining outside, the self-proclaimed analogy king is going to give you a demonstration as to why going back to the gym after lockdown, you should take it easy and not overly exert yourself, putting too much effort in trying to make up for lost time, and why that might potentially even hurt you. So we've got the water here, which is, I don't know, the maximum amount of gains that you can make. The shot glass representing the gains that you can make in a given period of time, whether that's a week or a month or whatever. And then we've got the sponge representing you, okay? So with most newbies and most beginners, and this will apply absolutely to you going back into the gym, okay? You've got a nice saturated sponge. That means we can just fill up this shot glass, barely putting in too much effort. And you know, we're not wasting too much of our effort in terms of getting water outside the shot glass. We can fill that glass up, and this means that you can make advances with your training, doing, you know, just 2 to 3 sets at most, a relatively light volume. Keep a good bit of number of reps in the tank. You don't have to throw the kitchen sink at your training. Eventually though, after a long while, you'll have filled that cup up, you'll have got back to the level that you're at before, you'll have become advanced. Now is where you have to start putting in more advanced training. So you've got to start putting in more things like, I don't know, advanced training methods, or adding in more volume, or adding in more intensity, or adding in more training days. And you have to sort of wring that sponge only over time to then fill up that shot glass, okay? Problem is what most people do is when they go back into the gym after a long period of time off, or newbies also are guilty of doing, is they have this nice fully saturated sponge and they go like this. And they bring it out early doors. And now, not only have you not filled up your cup, you've wasted all this effort and you've spilt, which maybe that could be a good analogy for getting injured or something, I don't really know. But the most important thing is you actually have put in all this effort, right? You've wringed out this bloody sponge and you haven't got all the same amount of gains had you just taken it carefully, had you actually had a precise plan that took into account your training history, the amount of necessary stimulus you need to improve, and therefore took advantage of that low stimulus that you need to improve, and then improve, you know, exponentially more than what you would have done if you just put in all that effort. Hopefully that was a little bit of fun, but that made sense to you guys. So when you go back to the gym, make sure that we're not you know, going to failure, that we're not doing German volume training 10 sets of 10, that we just dial it back a little bit. We're not trying to make up for lost time. You will gain your lost muscle back, if you have lost any muscle, fairly easily, and then you'll just be right back on the path to regular, smart, progressive training in order to meet your goals as a rugby player or someone that wants to gain muscle and look in the best shape that they can. Hopefully you guys that made sense to you guys. If it did, please share it around, tag anyone that needs to see this, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.